Hey, I thought Black Lives Matter. Where are all those who stated Black Lives Matter?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy LaRon. We back with another video. You see the thumbnail, you see what this video's about. But before we get into it, make sure to hit subscribe and turn notifications on to all, because we have some nice live streams. Our last one we did was pretty good, very intense, very informal. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss out on this type of information that I'm providing for you guys. So please hit subscribe and hit notification to all. But I want to talk about the situation here with Mayor Eric Adams of New York City. So he came out and he blasted Black Lives Matter. In my opinion, he did it for a number of reasons, but I'm gonna play the clip of him speaking about Black Lives Matter. Then after that, I'll give you the reasons why I think he did this. All right.
The NYPD was searching for the suspect in the subway shooting yesterday. There were more than a dozen shootings in the city last night, and not to mention the shootings that we've seen recently of young, innocent people, some older as well, being shot on the streets of New York. How do you get a handle on this crime in this city, Mr. Mayor?
By being consistent with our message. Here's my question that I put out to the city. Hey, I thought Black Lives Matter. Where are all those who stated Black Lives Matter? Then go do an analysis of who was killed or shot last night. I was up all night speaking to my commanders in the Bronx, in Brooklyn. The victims were Black. Many of the shooters were Black. So I asked the question that was asking me when I was a child. It's 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Why are 16, 17, and 18-year-olds out in our streets armed with guns 12, 1 o'clock at night? When are we going to start asking these serious questions? If Black Lives Matters, then the thousands of people I saw on the street when Floyd was murdered should be on the street right now stating that the lives of these Black children that are dying every night matters. We can't be...
All right, as you can see, he's basically saying crime is up, where's Black Lives Matter at? See, it's kind of funny because Eric Adams, he was running for mayor, was like, hey, you know, I'm gonna bring crime down, I'm gonna bring crime down. So when this question was asked, I think he kind of deflected in trying to say where's Black Lives Matter at, but that's not the reason why he said this. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying, everything is done for a reason. You know, everything that's said that's by a politician, or even, you know, the steps and everything to me by politicians is calculated moves. And what I'm thinking is Eric Adams said this because he's trying to separate the Democratic Party from Black Lives Matter. You have to understand, see all the stuff that's going on, Patrisse Cullors, you know, saying the leadership is buying all these homes, where's the money going at, how you living these luxury lives, and people starting to see, all right, this was BS from the jump. But the Democrats rode that wave and got a lot of politicians in office, including Eric Adams, in my opinion. But now you see that you don't need to use Black Lives Matter no more. Let's separate ourselves from Black Lives Matter, and he doing stuff like this. I'm pretty sure Black Lives Matter of Greater New York is not doing the things that the Black Lives Matter Corporation is doing. So him being in New York and him also having a relationship with people like Hawk Newsom, people that's, you know, grassroots doing things on the ground, you know what I'm saying, he's lumping Black Lives Matter all into that. And Black Lives Matter of Greater New York is not the same as Black Lives Matter, the global whatever it is, right? The bigger one. That's not the same thing. So he's saying, where's Black Lives Matter at? Even though the people of New York that's in Black Lives Matter is doing things within the community, but they can't do too much to stop crime. So he knows that the Democrats need to pull away from Black Lives Matter. He knows that Black Lives Matter is pro defund the police, and he know he needs police to do the things that he promised to do. So what do you got to do? Now he got to start shitting on Black Lives Matter for him to do the things that he want to do to separate, and also do it for the Democratic Party, because clearly they don't need to use Black Lives Matter no more because they got what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? For all the politicians that got into office through the Black Lives Matter wave. But I think this is a play to separate from Black Lives Matter more than it is a play just to say the things that everybody been saying, that if it's not a white person killing a Black person, Black Lives Matter don't show up. You know what I mean? So what do y'all think about that, man? I think it's a play just for the Democratic Party to separate, and using Eric Adams to kind of like pull away a little bit more now. You know what I mean? Pulling away a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It's like that chick that probably bought you something, but she still want to be around. Like you already got the Jordans. You know what I mean? You already got the watch. You know what I mean? She already paid like a few car notes. You don't need her no more. But you like, damn, I don't need her, but let me try to back away. So you gonna start like slandering her name and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not that I say I do stuff like that, but I see people do make moves like that. That's not me. But that's what the Democratic Party right now, in my opinion, is doing with Black Lives Matter. It's time to separate Black Lives Matter from Democratic Party because, in one, they're very synonymous. In my opinion, they've always been synonymous, and you see how it's moving. But those are my thoughts on it, man. I appreciate you guys' time. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. Let me know how you feel about what Mayor Eric Adams is saying about Black Lives Matter in the comments as well. I do agree, but I do also think it was a deflection to say, hey, where you guys at when the crime is going up? You know what I mean? I do think that, but let me know how you feel about it in the comments, man. I appreciate you guys' time. All right, man. Till next time. Peace.